Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. I want to talk about something real quick. I'm just rolling up here. There's people out here that think that Final Fantasy 15 and 16 will get this like cult following because all these games that have failed, eventually people start liking them, like Final Fantasy 8 and Final Fantasy 13. Let me tell you something. Those games, they know what they are. Final Fantasy 15 doesn't know what it is, and so does not Final Fantasy 16. I didn't came back to play Final Fantasy 16 after they played Final Fantasy 15. So what's Final Fantasy 17 going to look like? And apparently you stupid Americans can't fucking remember that Final Fantasy 16 fucking goddamn failed, and no one in Japan didn't fucking give a fuck about it. Same thing with Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Rebirth. But all of you guys are over here like, well, in America, fuck America. Fuck what, literally. You and your own fucking American fucking bubble. Like, it doesn't want to be fucking goddamn popped. Seriously. Do you know the government is doing sex trafficking? Do you know that? Do you know about what? 68 seconds of freaking millions of children get missing every day? Do you know that? Do you know that? No, you don't? Shut the fuck up then. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Literally, one Google research, you can search all of that shit up, but you're gonna say it's fucking goddamn fake. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Seriously. So, this shit right here, of some of these people acting like, oh, Final Fantasy 16 and 15 is gonna have a cult following because every game after people have talked shit about Final Fantasy, it's just gonna get a cult following over time. Like I said, no one doesn't give a fuck about 15. No one doesn't give a fuck about 16. Alright? I've said this before and I said it again. The characters in 15 should have been in a different fucking goddamn game altogether. The game is completely crap, but the characters are fine. But I'm not going to go back to the game just because of the characters, to be quite honest with you. There needs to be more for me than just the characters and the music. Or what about the gameplay? The game, Final Fantasy Comrades, is better. Has better fucking gameplay than what we got in Final Fantasy fucking 15. All you have to do is hold a fucking goddamn button in that game. At least with fucking Comrades, you can do a whole bunch of different shit. And you can upgrade your weapon with magic. What? And then they didn't decide to update that for you know, when they did Comrades. You see what I'm talking about with this fucking goddamn company? When you have some fucking good-ass gameplay, you decide to fucking goddamn change it, and then make it shit. Seriously. These games like freaking Stranger of Paradise, crap. There's a reason why there's no sequel. They were going to make a sequel, but they cut that out. See, that wasn't a priority for Square. You see, if it was such a priority, how come they didn't cancel Kingdom Hearts 4? How come they didn't cancel any of these upcoming games that they want to make? But they're going to cancel other games that are not suited for them in their mind. You see how that is? So they never give a fuck about Final Fantasy Stranger of Paradise or Final Fantasy 15 or 16 to begin with. They don't care about these games. They don't care about these games. When you have a game that literally says a game made from the modern era, people scoff at it. I scoff at it. Why? Because when you catering to the modern crowd, no one doesn't care about it. We like Japanese stuff. Cater to your own fan base and then bring it here in Japan. What do you think Persona and Shin Megami Tensei is doing so fucking good? What do you think Atlas is doing good? But all you guys are thinking that fucking Square is fucking making hotcakes. No, they're not. They're not. They're not. They're not. And I've said this before and I said it again. A lot of these Japanese companies don't want to make the same game twice. So, as you see with Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Rebirth. But no one didn't ask for what 7 and Rebirth got. And no one's not asking for a one-on-one remake. I'm not asking for that. I'm asking that, yeah, it might be similar, but it's not going to be completely the same. It's not going to be completely whole different. You know? Look at the Star Wars saga. Look what Disney did with the Star Wars stuff. No one doesn't trust anything with Disney with Star Wars again. So why the fuck? Disney can fuck up Star Wars, but when Square fucks up Star Wars, it's fine. Like, their Star Wars, Final Fantasy, it's fine. And then hearing that these motherfuckers don't want to go back to turn-based, it's funny that you say that because Expedition 33 exists because you are not making a proper Final Fantasy game. These people literally said, the people that made Expedition 33 literally said that we made this game because Square Enix is not making a good Final Fantasy game. They're not making a proper Final Fantasy game. Has any of you stupid motherfuckers forgot about that shit? Seriously, I'm hearing other people or other races of beings seriously talking about this shit, and I'm over here like, you guys are idiots. You guys are fucking idiots. You're not reading the crowd. You're not seeing the writing on the wall. You just want to like what you like, and that's fucking it. The reason people are loving with Final Fantasy 13 and 8 is because it wasn't even a bad game to begin with. It's just people talk shit about it because it was different from other types of turn-based RPGs. And then other people were afraid, thinking that this type of turn-based RPG that you see in 8 and 13 would stick around and be in other RPGs that would influence it. It's kind of funny that you say that when literally some of these turn-based and action RPGs don't even fucking do that. And Square Enix, stop fucking making your games fucking goddamn flashy. You already made a fucking goddamn flashy game. It's called Kingdom Hearts 2. Alright? The battle mechanics you see in fucking versus freaking Final Fantasy 15, Final Fantasy 16, and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth and Remake, all of those are all shit compared to Kingdom Hearts 2. If you never played Kingdom Hearts 2, then you have no comparisons to all those other gameplays. Seriously. And plus, you don't have to play those other games that I just mentioned, because if you play Kingdom Hearts 2, you're going to look at those and you're going to be like, why the fuck should I fucking play this if I can play Kingdom Hearts 2? Why the fuck I should play this if I can play fucking Devil May Cry? When those two games do it fucking better, we're doing flashy effects that doesn't bombard you in your face to the point you can't fucking see the enemy. What the fuck did you fight? Do you know what you fought in Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Rebirth and 16? Really? Really? Tell me one villain. Tell me one monster that you remember killing besides a goblin and a fucking bomb and a slime. Tell me that. Tell me that. And besides a fucking chocobo and a behemoth, what else? What else is there? Because there's more Final Fantasy monsters. Oh, but you haven't thought about that, isn't it? You know there's a unicorn? You know there's a wolf? You know there's a T-Rex? Oh, you don't know that. Of course you don't. Of course you don't. Of course you don't. You think T-Rexes only existed in Final Fantasy 12. No, they didn't. They existed in Final Fantasy 1. The hell's wrong with you people? You guys are not true hardcore fans, man. I'm not trying to gatekeep or anything like that. I'm literally looking at some of you guys and I'm shaking my head. What the fuck's wrong with you? And no one's not going to look back at 15 and 16. People look back at 15 and they're like, don't go back and play this game. So why in the fuck will you mention, oh, over time people will like it. People are liking 15. Really? I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. You don't see me going back to Final Fantasy 15. You don't see me praising Final Fantasy 15. I'm literally going back, playing Final Fantasy 13 series. And yes, I'm literally rolling my blunt on Final Fantasy 13 right now. So, sorry about that. I want to mention this too. Some people think, well, to be quite honest, a lot of white folks that smoke a little bit of that doobie. I know this. I can vouch for this because I used to hang out with a lot of white people. When they smoke weed, they grab a video game case that they hate, that they use a game that they hate, and they roll on it. Me, as an Afro person, what we call Afro-Hispanic person, me and my friends, we grab a game case that we love and enjoy, and we roll on it to pay respects to the game. That's what we do. I don't know about you white folks, but that's what we do. I don't know about you Asian folks. Maybe you shit on a fucking cartridge. I don't fucking goddamn know. Seriously. Because the reason I say that is because Japanese folks are fucking sick of Square Enix. And I see some Japanese folks out here that are praising what Square Enix did. It's not a lot of them. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. But it's to the point that it's annoying. Because you're vouching for this company, and this company doesn't know what the fuck to do. These are almost fucking 70-year-old men, and they still work in this company. What the fuck's wrong with that? That's not a good picture. It's the same thing with Nintendo. When you see the CEO of Nintendo right next to the guy that made Mario, I'm looking at all you old farts and I'm like, you guys are all old as fuck. Retire. Fucking retire. You guys are about to be in your fucking 90s and you guys are still alive. Die already. Seriously, walk away and die. What's literally, if the guy that created Mario retires tomorrow, he's going to make more money than he's ever done before. been saying that for a while too. The guy that created Mario should fucking retire at this point. He should retire. He should retire. What does he have to prove? Seriously. And all these other people that are making new Final Fantasy games, that are old timers, you guys don't know what the new consumer wants. What worked in the 90s doesn't work now. What worked back in the 80s doesn't work now. What you think in your freaking stupid 60-year-old mind doesn't work with a 30-year-old person or a 20-year-old person. You're a 60-year-old man or a 70-year-old person or a 50-year-old person making fucking games for kids that are 12 or 5 years old and teenagers are 17, 18, and 13 and all that shit. And young adults are 20 and 30s and 40s. All right? When you get to the 50 range, obviously, look, I'm not a 50-year-old gamer. I'm 31 years old. But when I get to 50, I'll give you my experience with that. All right? I'm saying this right now. Like, I'm making my own game on the 3DS. You know, it might not see the light of day or anything like that, but I don't give a shit. This is how much I'm tired of these fucking modern games. And then Nintendo wants to fucking make their platform $400, $500, while in Japan, the Switch 2 is only $350. That's $350. I'll pay for that for a Switch 2 instead of $500 fucking goddamn dollars. And then you're selling these games for $80, $90, or $120 or $100. Depending how your situation feels. Depending how you feel on that day. And then people want to fucking praise this shit. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Alright, look, these games. Right here. Final Fantasy 13. I heard this game was rushed. But for a rushed game, doesn't feel like it. I'm playing through it right now. It doesn't feel rushed. I could play Kingdom Hearts 2 and Final Fantasy 15 and will feel fucking rushed as shit. How the fuck did that happen? But when this game had development hell and it didn't feel like rush. Can you explain that to me? The viewer itself that's watching this video, can you explain that to me? And if I get no comments by 3 days, then guess what? You're full of shit. You're full of shit. I'm not saying everyone that's watching this video. I'm talking about people that talk shit about Final Fantasy 8 and Final Fantasy 13 to the point that it's like, oh, but Final Fantasy 15 and 16, they're gonna get people are gonna come back and be like, oh, that game wasn't that bad. That game wasn't that bad. Like they did with 8 and 13. Oh, go fuck yourself. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. And most people are like, oh, what makes you think? Oh, again, going back, really? Has anyone talked about Final Fantasy 15? No. It came in what? Just like Final Fantasy 16. But everyone's going... It's funny that when a new Final Fantasy comes out, everyone looks back at the past ones. And not the previous ones. People didn't look at 16 and looked at 15. No, they didn't. They skipped 15 and went to 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And some of them played the other side Final Fantasy games. Have you ever played Final Fantasy, what is it, Arena of Faith? I think that's what it's called. Arena of Hope or some shit like that. It's on the DS. And it is good. Good. But you never, but, you know, you probably don't know that, right? Because it's not a mainline Final Fantasy game. And then the people that talk shit about Crisis Core apparently never played Final Fantasy 7 to begin with. Seriously. If you hate the whole Loveless shit with Genesis, something's really, really wrong with you then. Really wrong with you. That's one character that's speaking of fucking philosophy. Every Final Fantasy character speaks of philosophy and speaks in fucking these tropes. Play Final Fantasy 4. You haven't played... That's why when I hear this medieval stuff in Final Fantasy, and then people hear it in the modern Final Fantasy games, or they hear it in the Cydia, they act like, oh, or the storyline and shit like that. But yet you praise it when it's in anime, right? Of course you would praise it in an anime. But because in your eyes, it's good. It doesn't matter in between. It doesn't matter for you if it's good or not. What it matters for you if you like it or not. That's all that matters to you. And that's not how it matters to me. Seriously, what matters to me if it's fucking good or not? Then I can actually see if I like it or not. For crying out loud, I just got out with the Bahamut fight in this game. And the Bahamut fight is the worst fight in the whole game, in my opinion. I love the game. I love Final Fantasy 13. But that battle is the worst fucking fight in the whole fucking goddamn game. All you do is synergist, heal, synergist, heal, synergist, heal. That's not gameplay. That's not gameplay. That's not strategizing. That's not strategizing. At least with the Sid fight, you had little options to fight him. I remember when I fought Sid before, I didn't use synergist. Then eventually I did use synergist. You know, when I played this game multiple times. But the first time I played Final Fantasy 13, I didn't use synergist to defeat Sid. Was it hard as shit? Yeah. But I did it. and I never heard anyone else defeated Sid without synergist. Maybe you have. And if you have, cool. But I guarantee you anybody that hates Final Fantasy 13 would literally say that, oh, this game is shit. Of course you think it's shit, because all you do is pressing auto battle. And auto battle's there just to give you incentives for the battle to go faster. Make it feel like it's like mostly action RPG. Oh, what a fucking goddamn concept. By the way, Earthbound, the very first Mother game, had auto battle. But you're not complaining about that, right? Do you realize that auto battle is there for you to just grind your ass off so you could just lay back and relax? But you don't understand what auto battle means, because automatically once you see auto battle, you automatically want to talk shit about it instead of knowing what it is or what its function is, basically. Alright? This is what I'm talking about, man. You guys are not gamers because you guys are not fucking paying attention what should be and what should not be. Basically. Seriously. It's not that hard. It really is not that hard. If you've been playing games since you came out of the fucking goddamn womb, you should already know what the fuck's up. You should already know what's good and bad. Alright? For example, I didn't play Strangers of Paradise. I played the demo, and the demo crashed on me. So why should I get the game? I played the demo for Final Fantasy VII Remake, and didn't do anything to me. Wasn't appealing or anything like that. So I shut it off and played the original. That's what I did. That's what I did. I don't give a fuck. Oh, but those blocky graphics, and I'd rather have blocky graphics that has a good fucking game, a good narrative, and good storytelling, and a good direction than a game that has modern graphics that you can see the fucking fingers of the players, but there's no direction. There's no goal. You're just putting seed to what sticks. I saw a video not that long ago pointing out how come Final Fantasy VII couldn't be like a branching path if you're talking to all these people, if you're trying to get with Tifa or Aerith or Barrett, for example, or Yuffie, wouldn't that branch out into other things? You know, and if you wanted to have a traditional Final Fantasy from the original, then you can go to that route. Or you could go through different routes of different Final Fantasies. But if you really want your Final Fantasy remake, basically, from the ground up of the original, then you take this path, basically. How come you couldn't do that? You see, the reason, that's the thing. You could have done that, Square, and then put different ideas and flesh out your creativity like that. But no, you didn't. You didn't do that. You didn't do that. And I wouldn't mind if you actually did that, to be quite honest with you. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. But in the same time, you still gotta think about your hardcore fans. Well, the hardcore fans want that. Again, I played Final Fantasy VII. Not in the original PS1, but eventually I did play Final Fantasy VII, the original. And again, I haven't beaten it, but I have gotten as far to the point that I know how these characters are. And I know how the creator is with these characters. The creator that made Final Fantasy. Not the people that helped them create all of this shit. Because ever since the creator left, it seems like these people have a goal to make Final Fantasy shit as possible, or make something that is for them and be like, this is my Final Fantasy now. This is my Final Fantasy now. Grow the fuck up. You're grown-ass men, almost 70 fucking 50 years, 70 years and 90 years old, clinging on to fucking goddamn waifus, but not clinging on to your fucking wife. Seriously, man. Seriously. Let the fans have the waifus. You have your own waifu and kids. Go home to them. Seriously. Seriously, man. Seriously. Like, this is just fucking bullshit in my opinion, man. Seriously. It is. It's bullshit. And a lot of these companies want to cater to simps and stupid fucking people that want to kiss the ass of Square Enix, Nintendo, and think that they cannot do any wrong. Seriously, Square Enix can't do wrong. Final Fantasy 16 is a masterpiece. It's Game of the Year. Kingdom Hearts 4, guys. Kingdom Hearts 4. Where's Kingdom Hearts 4? Where's the next Final Fantasy, what's the next Final Fantasy game? What's the next Final Fantasy game? What's the next Final Fantasy game? What's the next Final Fantasy game that's not, it could be a mainline entry or a side project of Final Fantasy. So what's the new Final Fantasy? What's the new Final Fantasy? I'm not talking about a remaster, and fuck you fucking remake, Square. I don't care for a remake of Final Fantasy 9. I don't. I used to care about it until you decided to fucking be a piece of shit motherfucker and gave me what you give me in Final Fantasy 7 Remake. And I'm like, no, I'm not getting it. 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 You can't fucking... I remember one time some fucking idiot commented on my video saying that, oh, you will get it. Really? Oh, I got it? I got Final Fantasy 7 Remake? Oh, I did not know. I thought I didn't get it. I thought I didn't get it. Let me look around in my room. Because apparently you know more than me. Apparently you know that I have the fucking game. Do I? Oh, news to fucking me. Are you gonna give me as a Christmas gift? As a present? As a birthday gift? No? Then shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Seriously. Seriously, man. Seriously, man. These companies, guys, I want you to know that this company doesn't give two shits about you, and all they care about is profit and money. That's all they care about. And then when I hear Square Enix saying that we do not want to make another turn-based game again of a Final Fantasy game, you know what that tells me? That tells me they don't care to listen to the fans, they don't care to listen to any of their criticism, and they don't care to listen about anything, and they think Final Fantasy VII Remake is hot shit, even though it's failing in Japan and in America. You can look this shit up. People are not happy. I remember in the game store where I got Final Fantasy 13, I literally was telling, I think I mentioned this before in a YouTube video. There was a guy, the mom and pop store that I go to, you know, there was a guy, Final Fantasy 13, the chick was like, oh, cool, I love this game and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, I know, I wish there was a remaster, but Square's taking too long and shit like that. And she has an Xbox, and I'm like, you are lucky, because you can play all these games right now on Xbox. But we can't, because they didn't put it on the PlayStation Store, you know. And I told her, she would blame Sony or Square. She's like, Sony, but to be honest, I blame both. I blame Sony and Square, to be quite honest with you. Seriously. And people seem to forget, this game actually made money. Final Fantasy 13 made money. I hope you know that in other regions, like in Japan and Australia and the UK, they praise this game to death. But over here in America, it's like, well, we just think it's shit. We just think it's shit. So automatically it's all of it shit. We don't care if Japan or the UK likes it. And compared to 5 other countries, compared to 1 country, because we matter. We, United States, matter. Meaning that if it's shit, everyone needs to say that it's shit. Yeah! No wonder there's so many people outside the United States that want to fucking bomb us. I'll bomb us too. Shit. World War II style, bitch. Seriously. Seriously. I would give Japan all the weapons in the world just to get a payback at us for nuking them. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So all you guys can fucking shut the fuck up and man the fuck up and woman up. Seriously. And get that dick out of your fucking ass. Seriously, man. That's why I said before, that's why a lot of people, when they look at the Nintendo stuff, Everyone agrees that we need another depression when it comes to gaming. We need another gaming crash. And we do. We need another gaming crash. Because none of these companies are acting right. All of these companies are acting stupid. So guess what? We need another gaming crash. If these companies need to act, these companies need a fucking wake-up call. All right? These companies need a wake-up call. Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, Square, Rockstar, all these companies need a wake-up call. So, guess what? Let's bring forth as the consumer. All right? Let's bring forth that shit of literally doing the gaming crash. Let's do it. I'm all for it. Let's make the gaming crash happen, people. Let's make the gaming crash happen. Seriously. Because these motherfuckers rely on us, on their paycheck. They kiss our ass so we can put their money in their fucking goddamn ass. So, guess what? Kiss our ass even more. We're not paying for your shit. We are the consumers, right? And every time we buy something from you, you know if it's good or not. Or, in your fucking twisted fucking mind, you think it's successful or not. Not that long ago, Warner Brothers wants to get rid of Looney Tunes. After the day the Earth blew up was successful in theaters. Now, they want to release Coyote vs. Acme in theaters, but they don't want to release it. What the fuck is wrong with you, Warner Brothers? So, you just saw a successful Looney Tunes movie in theaters, and now you're over here like, yeah, let's still get rid of it. So, this is what I'm talking about, man. We need a fucking gaming crash. We need a movie crash, too. We need a gaming crash and a movie crash. Seriously. We need a depression to hit. And guess what? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I hope you guys know that. In a spiritual enlightenment way, I'm not going to get too deep into it. But I'll say it right now, in a spiritual enlightenment way, all these companies are going to suffer soon. They're already suffering right now. But in a spiritual enlightenment way, all these companies are going to be on their knees. And they're going to be begging for us to come back. And guess what? Some of us were not. Some of us were not. Because they killed it, man. They deflated us as the consumer to the point that, nah, we're going to make our own game, even though no one might not see it. At least I get to play my own fucking game anytime I fucking want to, and I don't have to fucking cater to your fucking goddamn stupid censoring shit or other bullshit. So I'm making my own game. And when I'm finally done making all those games I need, I can just go back as an old man, stop playing that shit in my deathbed, and I don't have to play none of your modern shit. How's that? How do you like that? How do you like that? And I'm not the only one that's doing this, boo-boo. You think I'm the only one that's doing this? Nah, man. When I speak like this, other brothers and sisters that look like me and other people that watch this video will do the same fucking shit. Because people that are Afro, basically, we change the world around here. And I already know that shit. Don't think that it doesn't happen. Oh, really? Okay, make a product without a so-called color person being in there. I guarantee you your product will not sell. Ooh. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's why every time someone talks shit about all this woke shit, I'm like, oh, okay, so you don't want your money to get made, right? Because the most consumers the most people that go to your shit, guys, is literally Afro people like me. What is it? Blacks. We are the majority of the consumer buying your shit, and we don't have to buy your shit. All right, brothers and sisters that are watching this video, you understand what I'm talking about. Seriously, without us, all these fucking franchises and games and all this shit would fail if we didn't give a two shits about it. So let's make this gaming crash happen. Seriously, let's make this gaming crash happen. Look, if you guys don't want the gaming crash to happen, then apparently you don't want the gaming industry to wake the fuck up, to literally get their act together, to make games that we got in the PS1 era, in the PS2 era, in the PS3 era, in the Game Boy era, in the DS era, in the 360 era, in the PS3 era. So PS3 like twice because I love that system. Good. It's a good system. Still have it too. My original system. Still have it. Right here, baby. Still have it. Right here. Looks like brand new. Seriously. And it's on top of my 2 PS4s. Seriously. I'm using literally the PS4s. Like, again, it's on top of my old PS4. And my sister's PS4 is on there. My PS4 doesn't work, but my sister's PS4 does. But I was just gonna make a joke saying that it's funny that I'm using the PS4 as basically like a like those little things that you put on a coffee or a freaking beer, so you don't have a stain on your glass or stuff like that. It's hilarious. But yeah, man, and like you talk to people about this stuff too, and they tell you gaming hasn't been the same. I remember telling my friend and his sister, I'm over here like, the gaming industry hasn't been the same since the PS3 era and the Xbox era, and they all agree. Everyone has agreed. Nothing hasn't been the same. Everyone agreed. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, guys. Seriously, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. These people thinking that Final Fantasy 15 and 16 will grab a cult following like 8 and 13, you guys are stupid. No, it won't. First of all, 13 has a cult following because it's actually good. And Square Enix actually listened to their mistakes in the sequel. At least 13 too. They listened from the criticisms from 13 and they revamped it. They took the criticism from 7, 15, and 16. I'm talking about 7 Remake and Rebirth. They took the criticisms from that and learned from it. I mean, look at Rebirth. Rebirth is just it's a game with a main story that you can do that you can start anytime you want to. And then all the other stuff is just side stuff. Plenty of mini games up in the ass. Which is fine, but when you have too much of it, it's to the point that it's like, you could have put some of these in the third game. So you mean to tell me the third game, a Final Fantasy VII Remake, is going to have no mini games? Or it's going to be like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3? I guarantee you, you know what Square's going to do with Final Fantasy VII Remake with the disc of Part 3? They're going to cut that shit in 2 so we can get Part 4 and 5. Guarantee you. Guarantee you. Guarantee fucking to you. Guarantee fucking to you. Already people are upset with Square. Already people don't fucking give a shit about these games. So what's going to happen? So what's going to happen? Guys, Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth and 16 that did not meet high expectations. Alright? This is coming from the company itself. And you guys are over here saying, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm done. I'm done. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Sorry I'm not looking at the camera. I'm just rolling here and stuff like that. But, play some fun Final Fantasy games. Seriously. Play some Final Fantasy 13. 13 too. I do want to get lightning returns. I'm been trying to find that and I can't find it. But play those games. Play any other Final Fantasy game. Play Final Fantasy 8. Play Final Fantasy 9. Play Final Fantasy 10. Play Final Fantasy 12. Stop playing the Final Fantasy games after 13, to be honest. And play other side Final Fantasy games. You know? And it is kind of funny, though, because a lot of people want to talk shit saying that, oh, you're just saying that because you like turn-based RPGs. This whole series is a turn-based RPG series. From literally 1 to 13. I'm not talking about the MMO ones. The MMOs don't count for me. They never have count. Now if they do what they're going to do with Dragon Quest X, revamp it, make it to its own game, okay, then fine. That'd be cool. I wouldn't mind it. But would they do that? Would Square Enix do that? No, they won't. No, they won't. No, they won't. No, they won't, because they don't have the balls to do it. Alright? Seriously. I've said this before and I said it again. That Square side doesn't know shit, where the NX sides, they know what to do. Even though there's no Final Fantasy Dragon Quest 12 yet, we're still getting some Dragon Quest games that are coming out. Even though I'm not getting the HD remasters and all that, because I already have the Dragon Quest trilogy on the Switch. Just what? What? Just because it has a new character, new job classes, and it looks pretty, you want me to get it? I just stick to what I have. You know? And plus, I don't like the Octopath Traveler design that you did with the Dragon Quest remakes. I don't care for that. I don't care for that style. It is kind of funny that Live and Live did a better art style than that than the fucking Dragon Quest ones. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to get those games. Because I hate when Square Enix decides to be like, oh, this is a 2D 8-bit game. Okay, let's use the Octopath 2D travel 2D type of graphic shit. No, no, no. You already lost me as a fan there because I don't care about the Bravely Default series. I don't give a shit about the series. I don't. Why is a game going to act like a Final Fantasy game and not called a Final Fantasy? I know why. Because Square doesn't want a fucking Final Fantasy game that's turn-based, bro. How come none of the Octopath Traveler games or the Bravely Default games are not called Final Fantasy? Some of those games, I wouldn't be surprised if they should be called mainline Final Fantasy games. But Square Enix doesn't want to do that. Why would they? It doesn't have those pretty graphics that you see in Final Fantasy 16 or 7 Remake. Why would they? Why would they? Why would they? God forbid they make a fucking goddamn fucking turn-based RPG that you see in fucking Final Fantasy 4 DS. God forbid they make something like that today. God forbid. God forbid. And it's a mainline entry. God forbid. God forbid. Go screw yourself, Square. Go screw yourself. And go screw to anyone that literally is like, well, they can't do that. Yes, they can. You just tell them, no, they can't. Yes, they can. Stop making excuses for this company that doesn't give a shit. Alright? So, I'm playing fun and good games. The ending to this game, I'm being like, what the fuck? But overall, good gameplay, good soundtrack, good gameplay, good soundtrack, fun characters. Seriously. Everyone wants to complain about the data log, and I will get to my review of Final Fantasy 13 soon. But I'm saying this right now, the data log, there's like a few things that you need to read, and that's it? Compared to be honest, guys, I'm replaying this game, and you don't have to read the data log. I'm reading it. I'm reading it, and there's some stuff that they don't tell you, but it's not to the point that it's chunks. That I'm only here like, oh, I don't know what they're saying. No, I know exactly what the characters are saying, and once after they're done saying it, they put it in the fucking data log. And when you look at the data log, you're like, I don't have to see this. This scene just happened, basically. You know? They just sprinkle a little bit more detail of certain characters and all that, and which is fine. You know? It's almost like it's like almost killing an enemy in some Final Fantasy games, and you get a description of their life and all that, or their stats and shit like that. Okay, fine. But no, people just want to literally... Oh, the data log. Oh, apparently you're not paying attention to the fucking story. Oh, I am. But the data log. The data log. The data log. That's how you sound like, bro. That's how you fucking sound. You sound like a fucking goddamn piece of shit child. Even a child will look at you and be like, "This guy's insane. He's crazy. He's cuckoo. He needs to go to a mental hospital, like you see in Family Guy. I mean, Fairy Godparents." Night, crazy man. Seriously. So I'll see you guys later. And be safe. And tell me what you guys think about these two games. Seriously, about Final Fantasy 13 and 13-2. And how do you like my cover for 13-2? Yeah, it is a recreation of Lightning in the... Let me see. it is a creation of lightning from this cover, obviously. And I just wanted to put, you know, a behemoth and a chocobo in it just to show that, hey, you can collect monsters in the game. And I put Mog and Caius's eye in the background. I know it's kind of messed up because I was using markers and crayons and stuff like that, and I got into a mess with my fingers and all that. But hey, that's what happens when you draw. Things become messes, you know, with stains and all that. Even this over here a little bit. But overall, it looks nice. I like it. And it's a lot better than what they did with this. Like, look at this. Really? Really? You're gonna sell me a game like this in a mom and pop store and the game is gonna look like this? Nah, man. Nah, man. Come on, man. You could have put a cover there. You mean to tell me you couldn't put a cover there and then just leave your fucking store in the back of the case? You know, you could have done that. But no, you decided not to. Oh, shut up, But anyways, when I did got this game too, 13-2, the guy was literally saying, yo, I love 13. And I'm like, yeah, I want a remaster for it. And he's like, yo, I would love to what is it? Get all the trophies in the platinum, all the series of Final Fantasy 13. And you know what? I never tried to platinum these games. But if they did do a remaster, I'll probably put myself to do the platinum stuff. Hell yeah. Why not, you know? That's what they're missing with the Nintendo Switch, trophies. You know, I don't know why they haven't done that. Like, achievements, trophies. Like, give me something while I'm playing through the game, you know? That's just me. But, that's it, guys. Look at that. 333. Look at that. The Cosmic Mom, Tiamat, and the Cosmic Ether in the Cosmic Realm is agreeing with me of what I'm saying in this video. All right? So, don't deny Mama Tiamat. You live on her, for crying out loud. Well, I'll see you guys later. All right? Seriously, just tell me what you guys think down below. This is just ridiculous in my opinion. You don't have to agree with me 100%. That's fine. But you have to agree with other things to the point that it's just ridiculous for people to act this way, and ridiculous to the point that they're catering to a company that doesn't give a shit about them. And then you're going to talk shit about 13 and 8. Why? Because you love Final Fantasy VII that much, the remake? And half of you guys haven't played the fucking original because the way the graphics look. And half of you guys haven't... You guys do realize they released 7 and 8 and 9 on the Switch, right? You can play those right now. But you refuse to, right? Because it's turn-based RPG? Yep. That's what I thought. I'm done. Go fuck yourself. You're going to complain to me that you want a new Modern Final Fantasy game. Oh, you just want a new Modern Final Fantasy game that's turn-based. And I'm looking at you, and I'm over here like, you want a new Modern Final Fantasy game that ignores everything that came before the other Final Fantasy game. I'm done. Fuck off. This is not even... I'm not even going to... You guys know about everything how Final Fantasy 16 is. Seriously. Look at all the complaints. There's only one Moogle in that game. And there's other games. That's funny, too, because in other Final Fantasy games, you either get a lot of Moogles or a lot of Chocobos. I barely see anything in Final Fantasy 16. I wonder why.